Hey guys, my name is Ryan. We're back again with another Spirit Island video. A couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about bad spirit pairs, and I was looking for pairs of spirits that actively hurt each other, trying to go beyond just ignoring each other, but actually make each other's lives harder. And I talked about a few different things, but at the end, I said that I think that Fangs plus Serpent is a pretty terrible spirit pair. And I got called out in the comments. You guys disagreed. You said that's not that bad. But there were some other spirit combos that were floated that could also be the worst, most anti-combo spirit pairs possible. And some of them do involve Serpent. I had talked about Serpent plus Fangs because of two different spirits both wanting to consume presence for two different reasons. And so along that same line of logic, Serpent plus Volcano was seen as an anti-combo, since Volcano wants to, of course, explode its presence and use it for lots of damage. And Vengeance was floated as well, since Vengeance wants to, convert their presence into disease by taking on some blight. There was another category of anti-combos using Breath of Darkness down your spine in combination with the terrain-restricted spirits, since if Breath is unable to escape your presence, when it is forced to escape your presence, if you cannot go into a legal land, that's actually a brand new lost condition. And so the spirits that would include would be like Ocean's Hungry Grasp, since you cannot add your presence inland. If Breath is completely missing any coastal presence, come automatic loss, such as on Reclaim. In a similar way, Volcano can only go into the mountains, and then Lure of the Deep Wilderness cannot go on the coast, can only go inland. So you could have a automatic loss if you're not careful with your presence. Since both of these situations have an anti-combo with Volcano, this isn't a true anti-combo, but I was starting to record a game for the channel with Volcano plus Shroud, with the idea that Shroud would use the Flowing and Silent Forms Start By in order to try and get like tons of cool value with the Volcano, right? Will erupt, do tons of damage, but then none of the presents actually die. And I found out it does not work like that. Because it denies the presence from being destroyed, nothing gets triggered. The special rule doesn't get triggered, and because zero presence was technically destroyed, then the entire left innate doesn't trigger as well, so I had to cancel that recording kind of quick. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to play out this Fangs plus Serpent combo. It's kind of a response to the comments, try and get this little back and forth going. I do read every single comment, and I do have a list of different videos that I intend to make as responses to different comments that have been left. Definitely several weeks behind on that. But hey, let's get it going now. We're going up against Sweden 6. I think we'll go here. Okay. Well, this land number 4 is going to be particularly deadly. This land number 8 we can solve with a Prey and then a Terrifying Chase. Having it be in the Blighted Land is, of course, kind of rough, but it is doable. Over here in land number 5, we can just absorb Aegis this one. Land number 2 is going to be more challenging. We don't need to play absorb on this first turn because we're going to be not even trying to go for our innate. So we can go for a draft on Fangs, and then as long as we don't even need to hit anything, right? Because Teeth Gleam plus 2 near the jungle plus an absorb gives us our full left innate, and that will give us the tempo that we so desperately desire. Let's see if we can pull something interesting. Savage Mobbies is one of those cards that's not terrible on Fangs. I mean, it's basically a completely free threshold. Everything we have is animal and all the animal on the top track. So it's 0 energy, 1 to 2 damage. Not a bad trade-off. Certainly it's more efficient than Devouring Ants, right? Where it's 1 energy for the same effects plus some downsides. All right, 1 energy, destroy a town. off-element stuff. So, yeah, Savage Mob Beast it'll be. Jungles and wetlands. I think I'm not going to transform any presence in the short term. Thinking about what I want to do here, I am considering playing a Gift of Primordial Deeps here on Serpent. Ooh, Quicken the Earth Struggle. Okay. Now this is the kind of card that we can get behind. In both the 4 and the 2, we don't actually have any Dahan, so we do lose potential value, but being able to fully defend this upcoming double Blight in land number 4 is very relevant. Another interesting option is actually this Territorial Strife. Strife off this city here, and that'll solve this land. So if we take Quicken, we can solve the 4. If we take Territorial, we can solve the 2. But Quicken, it is a bigger investment. We have to make a Sacred Site here. And that can be pretty tough. Another funny thing that we could do is take Swarming Wasps to create more beasts for Fangs to do more things. I'm leaning towards this Territorial Strife play. Just kind of get me out of this early game. And also, if I take Quicken, then I feel like I have to absorb this turn, which we're not getting any elemental value. Okay, let's get ourselves as far out as we can. Thinking about, we're looking at either sands or wetlands next. Sand here. Okay, we can't grow really into either of those lands. We could grow here into the mountain, pick up both of these wetlands. We're already here picking up both the sands. But we don't necessarily have to go there yet. I think I just do want to just spread out. And for Fangs, I think I actually want to grow here into land number 4, and then we can transform it into a beast later. Well, actually, wait, we're not playing our jungle targeting cards. Okay, yeah, we'll just do this instead. That's fine. Yeah, we'll stick with it. We can do some presence placement. Maybe get out of this land number 7. It's not a very useful land to be in. I think I'd rather just be here. Okay, we get the wetlands. Okay. So we're probably going to be Aegising 2 turns in a row, right? Picking up both of these wetlands. But we don't necessarily need to absorb 2 turns in a row. For Fangs, so one option is to gain a because we're going to be playing these 3 cards, like almost guaranteed, no matter what we draft, we're playing these 3 cards, right? So we'd have 1 card left over, Then we hit the reclaim 1, which gets us up to 2 cards in hand, and then we hit this button again, it gets us up to 3 cards in hand, we play everything, and then we reclaim. And I think that's probably better because we're going to be, if we, this whole hand costs 1, right? So we're going to be excess of 1 energy, receive an energy over here from Absorb. Let's see, Dark and Tangled Woods, this still double blight, so that doesn't change anything. Mesmerize Tranquility is functionally a defend 3, so it's kind of the same thing as Dark and Tangled Woods. Set him on an Ever-Twisting Trail is actually very compelling, because we can use it to just deny land number 1, and denying land number 1, we can then also do like a Savage Maw Beast, and then we're going to get a little bit of damage here from Serpent. So with all those combined, we can do a lot of work in land number 6. So I do like that quite a bit. Go like here, here, here. And then we can take an animal. Okay. And let's see. Do I want to keep this Territorial Strife, or do I want to just pick up an early major? I'm going to go for one more card. Ooh, Sky's Herald is interesting. Call to Bloodshed is interesting. Like, Call to Bloodshed targeting land number 6 just to pick up all these Straggler Dahans. Say the Straggler Dahan at a land number 5. That could be pretty compelling. Not sure if I'm going to use any of these cards, just because of the tight card plays coming from Serpent. But if I were to, it'd probably be Fleshrot and Call to Bloodshed are the two that I'd probably use. I think Fleshrot might be more flexible. Right here, 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 here. Yeah, we got a lot of spots for Fleshrot. Actually, no, we're going to do this. We're going to push. Thinking about Sweden escalation, right? This guaranteed solves this land. Oh, we do have our innate. What to do with it? Maybe just pick up this explorer here. Yeah, because then we can Aegis this. The 6 and the 3. And then we don't need to get 100% kill on the 6. And also insulates us against an escalation. Yeah, normally I'd want to break up the Sacred Site, but we do have the Savage Maw Beasts. Before we do that, I'm just wondering about using this guy and maybe putting it out into a specific land that we want to hit with our right innate. I mean, I guess we can always just Teeth Gleam into right innate, right? So that's not super important. Lets me hit both of these. The only thing I guess I could hit otherwise would be this land number 4. But that doesn't work here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Beast damage. Oh, and adding a town here in 5 is fine because I do have my right innate. Okay, right here, land number 5, that's an escalation. Okay. So how to play this? Because this land number 4 is, of course, we can't let it run again. Use this here. So let's see, how much damage do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can basically kick this down to a single explorer if we invest all of our tools here into land number 6. That's really expensive. If we only do 4 damage here... If we do 4 damage here, then we can Aegis this. If we kill City Explorer. Also, if I do 2 damage, I can just push the town out of this land. Which really solves it. But I do want to use this innate here in land number 5, even though it only does 1 damage. It's a really, really important 1 damage. So now I can, if I do this, and then do this. Go here, here, play Aegis. Okay. Now, my Reclaim 1 can pick up a Prey, can pick up a Terrifying Chase. So this land over here shouldn't be an issue. I could Terrifying Chase into this land. Terrifying Chase out of this land. And all kinds of cards here. Maybe I should have gone for energy instead that turn. Though Twisting Trail is a pretty slick card. I did pick this up. Doesn't really do anything for me. Strifing again, strifing here. Strife here to get not enough. Yeah. Strongly leaning towards having to just play this again for the 2 damage and the push. So kill a town, push a town. Leaves this at 7 damage. I'm strongly considering going for a Reclaim and gain energy. Because if I don't, if I go for like Reclaim and then like add a Presence, picking up probably an animal, because the Reclaim 1 doesn't do anything. I guess I could gain a power card, gain an energy. That puts me up to 2, 3 energy on the turn. So I can play this plus any 2/1 costs, and that will still leave me with 1 leftover energy for reclaiming on my next turn, but my next reclaim will be relatively weaker. But I think we need to be pretty strong this turn. Ooh. Can never get too mad about NC. We don't have the next turn. These 2 plus an NC will give us proliferation. None of the other cards are exciting enough, so I think we can do that. I'm going into the 4 or into the 2, and I think I want to go to the 2. This is more fear. I get NC any element, then I get any element from absorb, so I do still hit my innate, but I'm not sure if I even need it. Don't think it really does anything for me. Yeah, this beast wasn't going to be doing anything for me. I don't think it's better. Like, sure, there might have been better places to put it, but being in this here, like, that's all irrelevant. This feels kind of weak, but I feel like it's probably the best option I have available to myself. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this. We can do... Oh, drat. Okay. We'll do this. Hoping for an event. Oof, brutal. That double city's gonna be really bad. Okay. I could go from here to kill this town, but I'm already kill town, push town, so that doesn't do anything. But I can kill this explorer, and that's relevant. Yeah. Okay. Solve this land. Well, this land number 2 matters a lot. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Seven and 11. Damage ravages. I mean, I am feeling the pressure of having a lot less beasts on the board. Right, because I haven't been sacrificing my presence. Instead, I've lost 2 presence to being absorbed, so I do feel that. I think Elemental Aegis Absorb just doesn't make any sense here, but I got all this energy so I can go for a major. And play Transform into a Murderous Darkness. Heck yeah. Sea Monsters is a card. Winds of Rust and Atrophy is a card. It solves the 4. Over here, this would go down to 8, so that would not be solved. Focus the Land's Anguish is a card. Yeah, but that would be 3, 4, 5, defender for 6. That's good. But yeah, this would be 5, 8, 9, defender for 6. So that doesn't work. Sea Monster just feels pretty slow. And because there's no support of Blight or Beast, it's 5 energy to do like 3 damage. I've seen better. And then I've got all my presence in Blighted Lands, which is a thing that you want to do because it's hard. But it does mean there's only one spot we can make a Sacred Site. Okay, Entrap the Forces of Corruption allows us to use our Innate with Blight, but we're really not using our Innate in general. So I'm not so sure that's a really important thing to worry about. There is an Isolate, so we can like protect Dahan and these coastal lands. Yeah, Wetlands would be absolutely devastating with the double escalation. Sands would suck, but yeah, Wetlands would be really, really bad. But also, I mean, honestly, Razor Sharp Undergrowth becomes a lot better for that reason. That we can just, like, actually, like, the killing of the Dahan portion is actually super relevant. Every single part of this card becomes really relevant in this specific situation. I'm genuinely considering going Razor Sharp Undergrowth. That might actually be the card here. Like, it's either that or Shore Seeds, probably. Definitely never Gift of Power. And I think this doesn't do things that we want it to do. So I think it's between these two, with this being pretty slow, Razor Sharp Undergrowth being pretty effective. Now the question is, so I'm planning on transforming this. We might just let it Blight and we do this. We can do this, or we could also do Flowing Power. Okay, so if I do my Razor Sharp Undergrowth, also I want to play this card because it's a flex to find an opportunity for this to be good. And we use that here in the 1. So we bring our presence over. We use this in the 1. We have no Sacred Sites, so we can't play these guys. Could do like a Teeth Gleam. Can't really go here, right? You can add here, but it's not quite the same. My range and targeting is pretty sad for this turn. Golly, I mean, obviously it's a skill issue. That's what you already addressed. We're on 4 card plays. Only 1 energy, so I do have to play some of these 0 costs. So we could do like an NC, or do something like this. That's here. Yeah, I don't think this Flowing Power does anything for me this turn. Next turn, I can definitely go for like the plus 3 energy, add the presence, just play 5 cards, play all of this plus something else. Probably Reclaim, play the Gift of Nature's Connection as I go for the Absorb Aegis. Once I got the Any element, then we can proliferate with the NC. Feeling pretty sad about my options, not gonna lie. There is this. If I do this... Oh, we already grew for the turn, right? So, yeah. Next turn, we could hit that water. Actually, no, we have NC. We could actually repeat Winds of Rust and Atrophy, and it's range 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can defend this, which gives me the opportunity... Okay, actually, no, we hit this, and then we can use our Innate to kill the town, so it becomes just a city explorer, and then we feel really good about ourselves. That's funny, I don't have any presence in non-blighted lands. That's pretty wild. You go here. This does mean I don't use Razor Sharp Undergrowth. I could use Razor Sharp Undergrowth over here. That's okay. It's actually like maybe a little bit better because now my ages can be really focused on one board. There's no land where that's going to make a difference in terms of escalating Scotland, or escalating Sweden. But I do like the idea of just chipping away at the edges of a board in order to get us closer to getting a pocket. We do get sands. Okay, that's going to be tough. That's going to escalate, so that's going to be Explore Town, hitting for 7. We certainly don't want to explore in as a town. Hitting for 8 because there's another Explorer. Yeah, we don't want to make that into a 10 damage. Okay. Both of these, we only have one presence in the jungle, so there's not a lot of choices where to use them. Fleshrot Fever. Maybe we'll go back here with it. Deny a city. Okay, to the Absorb Aegis over here. I'm going to take this NC. Transform you, pick up the city. A little bit of a gamble here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We play everything except... Oh, we don't actually have a sacred site. So we play like this. We are going to get the slow proliferation, though, from the double plant, so we can create a slow sacred site, but we can't make a fast sacred site. So yeah, this is fine. Okay, 2 of a single element taking plant. Over here we take plant. Over here we deny a build. Over here, we bring you in, hit you, hit here. I think we just get the hell out of dodge right here. We need an animal. Now everything is maxed out for whatever that's worth. And then we strongly believe in ourselves. Okay. I think we actually kill the two beasts. Sorry, these 2 guys in order to deny future escalations. Yeah, because it doesn't change anything. There's no adjacent land to add Sweden into. Here. 7, 8. Okay, so this actually does survive. That's a big deal. This survives. And this has nowhere to add its stuff into. Oh, man. Okay. Here we go, I suppose. Instant payoff, getting that beast killed there. There's no active land that's jungle or wetlands, so this doesn't do a heck of a lot for us. Okay, we'll do a repeated rust and atrophy here and here. Over here, let's see, it'll be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's effectively defended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost, not quite fully defended. Okay. So that means that we're gonna proliferate into land number 3 so we can do some range 0 damage. Yeah. I don't think just killing a single explorer is really worth it, so we're just going to kill a town instead. And beast for 3. Okay, Winds of Rust and Atrophy here. So we have to make a sacred site. But I also want a game-winning major. Accelerated Rot has like one good target. All of the cities are actually just in these 2 lands that are both mountains. That could turn into something like a Twisted Flowers, but I mean, we do have the energy to do Twisted Flowers plus Winds. We are Terra level 2, so we can just straight up remove 2 cities. It's a really big deal. Too expensive to play more than once, but it's just simply the most raw, powerful card that we have available to us. Let's see. We need 1 moon to plant. Over here, we need 1 of everything. We could take an NC and a Threshold this Twisted Flowers. And then just full clears here. Oh, we have this Blight card for the extra card play. Okay, we have 2 energy left. Could absorb. Moon, plant, air, animal. Moon. Yeah, plant, air, animal. Plant, air, animal like are only 3 elements that we don't naturally have. So I don't know if we're gonna be thresholding it here anytime soon. Let's go over here. I think it's a pretty good time to do a full reclaim, so we can play 6 cards. And is it time for a major? 6, 7, 8. 8 going up to 9 goes down to 3 cards. We have a really cheap setup, and we don't need this Razor Undergrowth, so let's major it. Indon is certainly a card. Spill Bitterness we definitely don't want to be doing. Could we do Blood Rack? I mean, we have the animals, no problem. We can NC for that Earth. Right, we target here, deal 3 damage, kill off the city. Might just be an unlock. Nah. I'm trying to justify not taking Indom. Because obviously, like, Indom's just insane. And the fact that we're already proliferating because of this NC, like, Indom is just kind of, like, icing on the cake. But we are kind of in a back against the wall type of situation. I don't even need Indom this turn. Right, we are fully defended, so I'll take Indom and play it next turn. Not going to play it this turn. Let's undo that. Okay, now we need to add a presence. I think I might add a presence here, transform it, so we can start to chip away at this land. So let's see. I can defend this land by just taking the Explorer out. That's funny. Because, yeah, we don't have the repeat on wins. So we just, pull the Explorer out, and then just let that solve itself. That's honestly perfectly fine. Like mobbies, yeah, there's nothing to reclaim. Yeah, and there's nothing to use Prey on the Builders for either, is there? I mean, like, this land? But we're gonna kill a town, drop another beast in there. So yeah, we'll just be able to innate that thing to death. And use, yeah, both of our innates. So, yeah, we definitely don't want to do this Gift of Flowing Power. I don't want to reclaim loop necessarily. I mean, reclaim looping isn't terrible. 1, 2, 3, or plus energy. Yeah, we can reclaim loop, I suppose. But I want to have energy for this Indom next turn, so let's not do that. Yeah, and I can do another proliferation. Plant or earth. If I play the Aegis, then we don't even need the prolif. Then we don't even need the NC. But I don't think Aegis does anything. So yeah, let's do this. Gather you. We'll go here. Let's go. Oh yeah, we're missing triples across the board. Okay. A single element. Over here, I think if we gain fire, yeah, now we're fully loaded. We are missing a plant. That should give us prolif. Ooh, golly. Taking some forced blight, huh? Maybe we should get some blight removal. Oh, you know what's funny is actually if we destroy some Serpent presence, then Serpent doesn't need to absorb the rest of the game. This is almost pocketed. And if this does explore, we can just gather the thing out and then just create that pocket. We don't even have 3 presents on this board. Let's see. Ooh, deny this. Gorgeous. Go here, little die. And might as well. Okay, sure. The not healing makes a difference here. Okay, yeah. Because what I was going to say is that we could grow in, get a third beast, and then grow, transform, pull in a beast, 4 damage, kill everything. But yeah, we are going to have to bring in this guy, but that's not a big deal. Twisted Flowers. We can... Yeah, we'll do this. We'll go here, doing damage. And then Twisted Flowers. Removing the cities. So the same amount of fear as if they were killed. 4 fear, right? So that's perfectly fine. Then we can Indom here in land number 4 and kill land number 7. And we should be well on our way to victory. It's going to be 3 damage. Kill the city, that's fine. Bring this in, an 8. Neither one makes a big difference. We'll go here. Actually, yes, it does. We'll do this. No, we'll do this. We'll Terrifying Chase this way. Do a Terrifying Chase here. Because right now it's at 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can push in 2 towns and it's still fully defended. So we'll push more this way. Now we're making that pocket. Okay. We'll go into a land with blight. So yeah, we'll go here. Serpent, or sorry, Fangs going here. And then we have damage. Damage can go, let's see, it's 5, 9, that's 14, 18, I think. That's fine. Let's deny a city. Okay, so we're going to take this Ever-Twisting Trail, bring this Explorer in. Left an 8, kill this, move out. Here, we're going to play a Prey on the Builders. Here, we're going to go this way. So I think this is going to turn into a +3 energy situation just to afford all of that. Um, Terrifying Chase. Add presence here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Right now we're at 6. Yeah, we'll do this. So we're underplaying by a little bit, but this covers all of our needs. Yeah, deny the build, push out 4 explorers. Pretty strong right here. Over here on the Serpent side, what are we doing? We don't need to play any defense, right? Because Fangs is taking care of everything. So all we gotta do really is focus on some offense. We do have Twisted Flowers on hand, which we can use to target land number 4. Honestly, it's a pretty good card at, like, we play it and then we end the game. How many cities are we building? We got these guys. Yes, we do have cities coming down. But we can always threshold a Winds of Rust and Atrophy. So yeah, as long as we can kill... So we'll have 3 cities on the board after the build step. Winds of Rust and Atrophy will take out 2 of them in the fast phase, so we need to kill 1 of them now. Twisted Flowers does a pretty good job of that. Ooh, Tiger's Hunting. It's a good card. Smothering Infestation, also a very good card. Solves our problems here in land number 5 quite nicely. Yeah. We literally can't even max out our presence need, our absorb restrictions. Okay, and then we already got 4. We have more card plays than we need, so we'll just go here. Just kind of throw cards on the table. Is that even threshold things? That's thresholded. Moon, air, plan. We need 1 of everything. Okay. We'll Aegis, Mountain, sure. Aegis there. There. Okay, bring in you. You. And what else do I have? Oh, any element? Fire, water, earth, plant. Ooh. Well, I guess we're not going to be getting a quick city finish. And good thing we got the extra damage, or extra defense here. Because now that is 15, 16, 17, 18, 22. So if we did not Aegis, we would have been taking a Blight. Save ourselves a whole land worth of actions. Gather up to 1, defend per... Okay. Still no active wetlands, which is important to note. So we can just get all of these guys over here. Fully empty that out. We got a real nice, quiet board. Over here, it's got a grand total of 1 explorer. We do get 3 damage and a town push here, so let's do that. Push you over here. Go this way. Ooh, an any element. I don't think there's any way that can help me right now. But I'll pick it up. Oh yes, then we gain majors. Okay, well, this Talons of Lightning is interesting. Weave is interesting. Forest of Living Obsidian is definitely a card. I think I'm leaning towards this Forests. It's a very useful card. Though I'm not a hater of the talents, just some fast fear. Let's do that. Infestation, hard to say no to that. I'm pretty sure we should be able to threshold that. I mean, we have NC, right? So we can threshold anything. Especially with these back-to-back jungles. Easy value. Ooh, yeah, 3 damage coming from a beast. We'll go here. Pick up another city. Okay. Let's try and threshold that venomous spiders. So to do that, we need air, earth. Call to trade does give us. It's funny, that's the only thing it gives us. The rest of the text doesn't do anything. Well, we're sitting on 6 card plays, so it might just be the right play. Because it's that earth. We have air here, we can earth from this. Screen disease ain't such a bad thing as just a form of city denial. Because right now we're looking at 2 and 8 over here, nothing over here, as far as blight goes. So we skip this, and 5, 6, 7, 8. It's actually just an obnoxious amount of damage. I don't think any of these cards are like super playable. We'll just take that for elements. And yeah, all of our presents already placed. So we can roll the dice again. Do I go for a major? I think so. Okay. Lots of good choices. Probably just... Wait a second, there's only one city left, or there's 2 cities left in the game. Yeah, we take Pent Up. Awesome. So yeah, that should be a GG. We played Pent Up. We play Venomous. And this will give me an air element. This also has an air element, so... Oh, we need fire. Yeah, NC for fire. U for fire. Not that the return of the tokens matters, but it feels good to threshold your stuff. Okay. Serpent can just show up and do fun things. Actually, no, they're just going to play Talons of Lightning. Fast kill here, GG. Okay, let's go through the motions. Okay, fast kill here. And Pent Up, remove tokens. Alright, there we go. That's a GG. No cities left on the island. Yeah, it was a very different kind of play pattern. Very different from how I'm used to playing Fangs. I really, really felt the pinch of not having as many beasts on the board in the early game. And Sweden is definitely an adversary that pressures you in the early game. But honestly, it's kind of a fun experience being forced to take on a play pattern that you're very used to and that you're very comfortable with. And just, whether you want to or not, you gotta try something different. So, I don't know. I thought it was a really fun game, and I'm really happy I tried it. So thank you for the challenge, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Have yourselves a wonderful day.